All right. Stop it. Okay. I'm doing a video on raising food. Okay. This is, they talked about this in the book, and there's several things they mentioned, kind of, sort of, that they mentioned in passing, and it's too important to let it go, so I'm going to talk about it. Just let me start off with this, since I've got it up. Generally, they were scalding the turkey. Okay, scalding is you heat up water, get a digital thermometer with a probe. Do it right. They're not that much, $10, something like that. My friend John, I learned that from him. He had a snap-on one, but it's got a little tail, and you stick the probe in the water. 145 to 150 degrees, ballpark. Okay. 148 degrees. Okay. Well, 145 to 150. And you dunk it. And I'm not going to go into the whole procedure. Read your own, do your own research, like I say. Bring your own research to the party. You can do something like that, cinder blocks in an old blackened tub. You can use a propane-fired turkey boiler, sportsman's deal. That would work. John had a rack, a stand built. He had a 40-gallon stainless steel drum, and we built a fire under it, put barn tin around it, whatever. Heat the water up, dunk the bird. You could do it on the stove. A big pot. It would take a big stock pot, big enough to get your bird in with plenty of water. And it's going to depend on how many birds you're going to do. So you can do one bird, do it on the stove. You can do 25 birds, you better do it outside. It's going to be messy. All right, so this is a really good article. This is what I recommend. Find an article. Yes, this one is The Deliberate Agrarian. And now I want to come back to something here. Homemade chicken tractor on the front lawn. Come back to that one. Very important. So now he says that he even did down here where I was, in any event, that next to last paragraph. In any event, I've made it a point in the past few years to post several poultry processing essays. I have even put together a whole website that tells and shows exactly how to butcher chicken in 10 easy steps. Get with somebody like this, learn from them. Guy's been doing it for something like 10 years. Yeah, top paragraph there. 10 years ago, I started growing chickens for meat here on my little 1.5-acre homestead. Can you grow food, and can you make money on a small homestead? Duh. The answer is yes. It's a rhetorical question. The family Dervais family out in California, I think Sacramento, they're right off of a freeway, an interstate going right by their house. On 1/5 of an acre, they typically grow something like 20,000 pounds of food every year. So we need to get with the program. We need to, beef up don't do it the old way, fashioned way, get with the new program. Do things that are, start small, get big. And that's something else I was going to say, is that there's people listening to me that want to know how to make money, replace an income, and grow food. Obviously, you make money by growing food. Pretty simple. We better get good at it. We might as well do it now, because the price of food's going to be going up. The necessity for food is going to be going up. It's not going to be like an option of go to the store and buy all the, the foo-foo, frilly, expensive garbage. We need real food. Candy bars and chocolate and pop and chips and dips and all the other junk. No, we need to have real food. So start learning how to do it. So the point is. One point I want to make is that chickens are one of the easiest things to raise. And in the book, it talked about the... let me finish with scalding here, and then I'll get back to that. So basically, scalding is... This guy says this is perfect. You'll never screw up. He sticks it in and then dunks it. So you get the feathers and everything right down to the foot. You dunk it 2 or 3 times, pull it out. Try a big feather off of the wing. Those are the hardest, the toughest ones. When those come out easily, you're done scalding. So you dunk it in 3 times, pull it, and you want to agitate it up and down because that moves the feathers and lets the water get in, to the base of the feather. Okay, you get that motion going. So 3 times, pluck one of them, and it's probably going to be, you probably want to do it 2 times before you bring it. Try plucking 3 times maybe. He said it might take 4 or 5 or 6. Just the thing is that if you do it right, if you scald it properly, you can pluck them real easy, and to boot, it will prevent if you over scald. In other words, you're starting to cook the flesh, and your skin will tear real easy. Okay, so anyway. This technique, bottom paragraph there, will render the kind of scald that allowed world champion chicken plucker Ernest Housen of Fort Atchison, Wisconsin, to hand pluck a chicken in 4.4 seconds. Okay, probably a Guinness World Book of Records. Now, there's easier ways to do it. There's whiz bang chicken pluckers. Let me go ahead and just, you can read this article on your own. I'm not going to belabor. I'm not doing this to read an article. Basically, that's what he was saying there. Here's a whiz-bang motorized chicken plucker. You drop 3 or 4 chickens in there. The black things are these nipples. They're plugs. They catch the feathers. They bend, and as they open, the feathers get stuck in them when they go straight again, and they pluck it. Okay, you can build one of those, buy one. I'll tell you what. My friend John had one, and it was a nice one. It was a rotary, so that it dumped the feathers down below. We have used it exactly 1 time in 10 years. So don't get carried away building one of them, unless you're really going to go into the operation big time. 55-gallon drum there next to their mother of all chicken pluckers, blah, 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 blah. You can get... there's a company, it's right here in the Ozarks, I think Nixa. But just look for a drill. You put it on a cordless drill, and it's got 6 of the little doohickeys. And you can order them little doohickeys from Stromberg's, whatever. You can get them online, boom. Order them and build your own. You can build a drill thing, just like to get a piece of PVC pipe, put them things in there, bam, you got a chicken plucker. But this drill thing will do pluck a chicken in, can you pluck a chicken in 90 seconds or less? Was Marjorie Wildcraft's thing. She did a video on it. Look it up. But it's only got 6 of those. But hey, it's only this big. The problem with it is losing it. You're not going to lose that thing. We have one. Do not ask anybody in my family where it's at. So the little one. But buy 2 of them, buy 3 of them. Hang it from the wall. Of course, we don't pluck chickens very often, hardly ever. So anyway, with the drill, you scald the chicken, same process. You scald it, check it, scald it, check it, scald it, check it. Okay, it's ready. The big feathers comes out if effortlessly. Then you start just running this thing up and down. So it's smaller. No, you can't just drop 3 chickens in it and have it do them. But yeah, it's a lot less investment and simpler, and hang it up from the wall. Put it where you know what it is. If we were using it, we'd know where it was, but we don't use it, so we don't know where it is. Anyway. Raising show chickens, scalding technique, blah, blah. There's all kinds of videos on YouTube. So, there you go. Dunk it in cold water after that. That prevents the flesh and the skin from continuing to heat up after it's been scalded. So you cool it down, and of course, this is just a whole process here, scald and pick. I'm going backwards here, but just to give you a few ideas there. That was the deliberate agrarian. Now this is the modern homestead, butchering, plucking, scalding, bam, 145 degrees. Cleaning the feet. Now I thought this was interesting. If you don't shave the feet, don't ever tell anybody you learned anything from me. He's saying get the feathers off, clean the feet, pull the nails out, and it's good for soup. It has collagen. Always save the feet, valuable addition to the stock pot, yielding collagen, which is beneficial for the entire digestive tract. Remember how you use the scaly covering of the shank to test the scald? Simply continue with the same pinching, pulling action to pull the covering off the leg and toes like a glove. Be sure to pinch tightly and pull the toenails as well, and the cuticles will pop off easily. The result is a pristine foot you will be proud to have in your stock pot. Oh, I'm sure the kids will love looking at that one. Ah! You know, or you could use it to, you could dangle the skin part and the nails from something, you know, to freak somebody out, you know, on a string over their neck. All right, moving right along. Use the head too if you want, blah, blah, blah. Cornerstone Farm. Scald and pick, blah, blah, broilers, pheasants. Recommended scalding time. Tom turkey a minute. Yeah, broilers a minute, pheasants a minute, hen turkey a minute. Tom turkey a minute. Yeah, right. Quail 30 seconds, duck a minute. No blinking way. You know, tom turkey's going to be huge. But, you know, like I said, do the same process. Dunk it, check it, dunk it again. Well, check it on your second dunking. I think that would be better. And I had remembered the 140 degrees, how long I wasn't quite sure on. So, anyway, there you go. Birds are very easy to raise. They're cheap. Chickens will keep your bug population down. They will also keep your mouse population down. They hunt mice. If they catch a mice, it's dead. It's really fun to play. When you have a lot of chickens in a yard, it's fun to play bug bee. Get a big bug and throw it out in there and call the chickens over to you and chuck it and watch them play bug bee. I mean, it's a riot. They will run all over. And whatever chicken picks it up, there's 15 other chickens chasing it. Mouse bee, same thing. Mouse bee is a lot of fun. We played that quite often. We had this was really stupid, but we used straw bales to insulate the chicken coop we had that my son built off of a guy's idea. Let me see if I can kind of demo it. Had a shed roof, so the roof kind of looked like that. And then inside the coop was the, let's see, roof, whatever. So it was a cattle panel, if any, on the 2x4 wire or chicken wire. So they were walking on chicken wire. All their poop went down through. Didn't have no muss, no fuss in there. So the thing was standing up about 3 feet off the ground on like a pole barn, on poles, 4x4s. And so we had straw bales around there, and we insulated it with plastic. Well, over the years, we just didn't bother. We just wrapped it with Tyvek and forgot the straw bales. But at one point, we pulled those straw bales out, and oh my gosh, we were also filling the 2 side bins with grain back then. Wow, we had an operation that mice were so happy with, because they had their hotels and apartment buildings and condos in the straw bales, and they had a free restaurant of brand new, pristine, new food to get into. And of course, there were snakes going after the mice and the grain and the chicken eggs and everything else. So we decided after a while that we were tired of feeding mice, and figured that out. And when we broke those bales out, oh my gosh, the chickens, the dog was the best. The cats were out there, and I mean, there was like, you'd pop a bale open and there would be like 15 to 20, 30 mice scampering everywhere, and the chickens just going nuts. The dog got more of them than anybody else. The dog was good. Cats, just nailing them right and left. But the chickens, the one first time I threw a mouse out there, or a chicken got it and it started running, and 15, 20 chickens running it. Top speed, breakneck speed. And one of them caught up, and it got over there and it pulled it, and they stretched that mouse out about 4 or 5 inches, snap, snap. It was a riot. So mouse bee, bug bee, spider bee, whatever you want to call it, worm bee. But snake bee, they like snakes. A small snake, like a small copperhead snake, is nothing more than it's a meal for a chicken. So they kill them. And the poison don't bother them. If it does, oh well, too bad. Rather have a dead chicken than a live copperhead. So So anyway, that's one way to do it. So let me see if I want to say anything else on that. And then I want to probably just do another video on a couple of other topics here. One on foraging and another one on lawn care. Okay, so let's go back to that. I'm going to kill this one.